seminar for this year will be presented by Mr. Ahmed, our colleague, our dear colleague. The title of this seminar is The Role of EFL Teacher in Training and Developing Language Learning Strategies. There are certain topics to be considered here. I think that every one of you you know this paper in which we have a list of topics. There is no need to reading them, but there is something adopted, maybe new for this seminar. It is the biography of the researcher, and this is the procedure will be adopted for the coming seminar. It is a biography concerning Mr. Ahmed, although all of us we know him, but there may be something, some points that need to be mentioned here. He has MA in EFL Methods of Teaching in Baghdad University, 1999, a member of Iraqi Translators Association since 1997, a member of the teaching staff at Higher Institute of Tourism and Hospitalization in Misrata, Libya, a member of the teaching staff at Higher Institute of Teachers, Zantan in Libya, a member of the teaching staff at Psychology and Education Department, College of Education, University of Babylon, since 2006, head of Registration Unit, College of Education, University of Babylon, a member of the teaching staff at English Department, College of Education, University of Babylon since 2010. Now he has published 4 researches as follows. Number 1, EFL Learning Motivation for Iraqi EFL Non-Departmental Undergraduates. 2, Assessing the outcomes of the conversational skills for Iraqi EFL undergraduates. 3, Comparing the achievement of Iraqi EFL undergraduates in writing free and guided compositions. And finally, errors made by Iraqi EFL non-departmental undergraduates in using definite and indefinite articles. This is a biography, and now he is going to present his seminar that is titled The Role of. Yes.
Thank you so much for this presentation, and thanks for your presence. The title, as you see here, The Role of EFL Teacher in Training and Developing Language Learning Strategy. First of all, we have to have an idea about the definition of what are the language learning strategies. It is defined as operations, techniques, steps, processes, behaviors, or thoughts used by learners to guide, facilitate, and solve problems in their language learning and language use. In this definition, points that are raised here, and we talk about specific techniques. It's something related to the learning situation, what the learner can do. The specific behaviors. And we have a point here, behavior. It means some of the learning strategies are observable. The teacher can observe what the learner can do in learning situation. Of course, the second point, how can we, know what kind of classification can we put language learning strategies, and what are the language learning strategies, or just like what? Different classifications are put for language learning strategies, but the best of all that Oxford taxonomy. I'll put it this way in order to be clear. Oxford, the name of associate professor, which is who's specialized in language learning and language as English as a second language. Her name is Rebecca Oxford, and she divided or classified language learning as the diagram tell. Here we have memory, strategies, cognitive, metacognitive, affective, social compensation. With regard to memory, strategies, something related to information retrieving, something related to memorizing. And what are the strategies that are followed by the learner to memorize and to retrieve information? Cognitive strategies are related to applying, analyzing, using, you see, things that are related to language. Metacognitive is something beyond cognitive. What to do to have the cognitive, just like planning, organizing for the activity or for the tasks that are presented in the learning situation. Affective is something related to the personal traits, something related to the psychology of the learner. Whether he feels anxious to learn and what to do with anxiety when he learns. Social is something related to the interaction. During the learning situation, there must be an interaction. Student-student interaction or student-teacher interaction. You see? So it is social because there is an interaction here. With compensation, the compensation is something related to making up with missing knowledge while learning. Something I cannot get it. So I may rely on guessing, or what we call intelligent guessing. I didn't get the information through other strategies. I may try to guess. This is one. And even when we talk about language use here, sometimes I use physical movement to express what I fail in expressing by using the language. That is, I fail to know to say it by words. I use the physical movements, or just like this. You see, just to know or to communicate with others. So this is the classification of language learning strategies. The other point here. The core point or the essential point for this topic, what is the teachers, EFL teachers, and here I'm concerned with this topic. It suits any level. It doesn't restrict to a certain level. Any teacher, whether with the elementary education up to under university. You see, the first role is identifying what kinds of language learning strategies need to be trained. This is first I have to know what are the strategies that are used by the learner, and I can match this strategy with the task that I'm going to do in each lecture. You see, second role is assessing strategies used to reach effective learning. So first of all, I have to identify, then I'm going to work till I reach the assessment for this strategy. And for this, I want you just to have a look to this short video for an associate lecturer.
So what are some things that you all do for Arabic and Chinese?
Let me talk about this. This is a short video which is related to associate director in one of the institute in the United States for foreign languages learning. It is not related to English language. So here the instructor is asking those who are learning different languages. It is not one language. You see, what are the strategies that are, this is one of the the technique, how to identify the technique. And let us see what are the techniques.
Spanish and French and Turkish, the languages that you're studying. What are some of the things that you do, strategies that you use that you're aware of? Because you have to be conscious of something for it to be a strategy and just be like automatic something you do. What are some strategies that you currently employ in your language courses to do well or to learn better? To learn well. What do you guys do? Are you conscious of anything that you do? You use flashcards. Okay.
So you have seen, different strategies that are followed by. Now, let us see what are the techniques that are, used by the teacher to identify the strategies. First, observing learners' behaviors. During the lecture. Since we said that earlier, we said that some of the strategies are observable. So we can see, we can check. You see? So first of all, in order to identify, we have to observe. Second, we have providing range of tasks to match various strategies. I have to design the task in relation to the learning strategies that are used by the learner. Third, analyzing textbook or the teaching method and selecting what tasks or activities that go with learning strategies. Four, making learners responsible for their decisions and encouraging them for self-assessment and evaluation. Five, relating learning outcomes to strategy use. And this is very important. Another question can be raised that what are the areas of language that are, that we can train our learners to practice their strategies. We have first vocabulary, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And let us see with these diagrams here. For each area, we have different or a variety of tasks that are coming. Here for vocabulary, we have cognitive, we have memory, we have compensation. For cognitive, there is word use in different contexts, that is use of language, practicing, or practicing with sounds, or with, just repeating, using or whether orally or in the written form. And we have here memory, and this is most used in strategies by learners here. Word association, it means that with synonyms or with antonyms, you see. Semantic mapping, semantic mapping just like diagramming, just like this way, and building a tree diagram to have the relation. Or grouping, grouping a classification. We make a classification for each, vocabulary. We have, for example, animals, for example, or plants, you see. With compensation, we have guessing here. I cannot guess the meaning of the word. I cannot know the meaning. I can guess the context. You see, what are the words? This is for vocabulary. We have here the other, we have listening here. With listening, we have cognitive, compensation, meta, cognitive. With cognitive, we have note-taking. This is an observable strategy. During, a listening activity, I can check that the learner, is listening carefully by writing some notes are related to, just to summarize it, and this is cognitive because he's summarizing, or he is, he's summarizing what is said in the listening activity. We have compensation, even guessing. We have guessing also, just to predict the meaning, and we have metacognition, and we have organization here. What to organizing here, what to do during listening activity. Other area of language, that is speaking. With speaking, we have different, or large use of activity. Here we have cognitive, metacognitive, social, and affective. With cognitive, we have applying and using the language, orally. With metacognitive, self-monitoring, that is the student or the learner himself checking whether he is committing some mistakes when he is using the language during the speaking activity. Is it his pronunciation is good or bad? And this is self-monitoring, one of the strategies that are used. It is metacognitive. Social, talking with others, interacting. With affective, we have self-encouragement and reducing anxiety. In speaking activity or in speaking skill, there is a fear, something psychological. I may make mistakes. So one of the strategies that are followed by and to be trained and developed here, reducing anxiety. That is, I mean, the teacher to make the learner, I mean, trying his best to reduce anxiety when he's using the language. And this is one of the strategies need to be trained and developed in order to make them fluent. Not for each mistake. No, you are doing wrong. This is wrong. And in this way, he will not use the language at all. Again, we have reading here. One of the skills that we have cognitive, memory, and social. With cognitive, we have analyzing, summarizing, because in reading, what we have, at least we have a passage, and with passage, he won't, I mean, the learner will analyze or will I mean, even summarize when there is an activity or task which is designed to summarize, writing phrases or something like that. With memory, we have information retrieving, because in each reading activity, at least we have questions for retrieving information regarding the passage which is presented. With social, we have the student-teacher interaction, because there must be some sort of questions that are raised. So we have asking for a clarification. That is social strategy. The last area here, writing. With writing, we have only cognitive and metacognitive. We don't have, because it is something personal. Writing activity is something personal. I mean, it cannot be having a social, it cannot be a social activity. So we have cognitive, that is analyzing, arguing, describing, which is related to cognitive strategy. And we have metacognitive, it is the instructions or instructed writing or planning for writing. For writing, we have a plan. There must be a plan. How to begin, how to make details, and how to end. And there are some steps to write. With this, we end the 4 points that are raised in this, and the question that may be raised: do we do these things? Do we practice our role in training and developing these strategies? This is the question that I'm going to answer, because this is the beginning of writing a research. Practically, I'm going to prove. It is not a complete research here. And I'd like just to see your points that are related to this in order to work practically in checking the role of EFR teaching. And thanks for your listening.